Let's get right to it.
You know
the Simms All-Pro team for 2022. You want to start on offense here?
Yeah,
for
might
your guys?
as well. Might as well.
And let's start at the most important position on offense. Quarterback. I could have probably guessed who your All-Pro first and second team guys were before I saw them here. But go for it.
Yeah,
Did we do a big reveal? Did we do a big reveal here?
Yeah, I mean, I guess we could just talk about it. We know. Yes, I went with Patrick Mahomes as my first team quarterback. I went with Josh Allen as my second team quarterback. I understand that, there's certainly some debate over the second team one there, right? I mean, Joe Burrow, Jalen Hurts, obviously the guy who won second team All-Pro quarterback. I get all of that, but it's, again, for me. And Josh Allen, you talk about value of value to a team and what they do. I think that's something we tried to emphasize to people all year long. I think people realized that as the year went on, they started to go, wait, he's really the only thing they got that's real special on that offense. We know Diggs is in that convo a little bit, but out of the superstar quarterbacks in the league right now, I think Josh Allen has got the least amount of talent around him. And I think he dictates the way they play as a football team just through his talent. So that's where I gave him the edge as my second team quarterback. But I don't think the first team quarterback's a surprise by any stretch of the imagination.
You went into the year with Josh Allen as your number one quarterback in the Chris Simms.
He won't be this year.
Top 40 quarterback list.
I mean, it just inklings into that. I mean, Mahomes is going to be one going in the next year. I mean, we always knew Mahomes. We said this many times. In totality, Mahomes, yes, his career is better than anybody in the league right now. The last two seasons, as far as not this past one, 2022, but 2020 and 2021, I don't think it was crazy to say Josh Allen had better years than Patrick Mahomes in those two seasons, right? So, hey, this year, Mahomes is one. What will come down to me, which is going to be interesting this year, is Josh Allen two.
Yeah.
Because Burrow, to me, will be in that conversation this year. Burrow... And that's where, film and getting into some of my nuanced stuff and watching stuff that way when it comes time to do the quarterback rankings, we'll see. But I do think that should be an interesting part of it.
And your guy Justin Herbert was number 2 in passing yards this year, too. So he'll be in the conversation up there in the top 4 once again.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, I think we all know we know who the top 4 are. Right. It's just the order. We know who the top 4 are.
It's just where's Tom Brady going to be? That's the only question at this point.
Somewhere disappointing to the New England fans.
Yeah. It's like, I know he's not playing anymore, but still, you got to have Tom Brady in your top 20.
Right. Oh, I got a lot of flack, from those my 3 favorite idiots over at WEI who they, worst take of the year, Justin Herbert better than Tom Brady. Yeah. Are they kidding me? Like, get out of here.
Didn't you get some flack in this building for your Joe Burrow is going to be better than Tom Brady take, too?
I have. Yes, I have. Yes, we've addressed that many a times. I don't think we need to
What do you mean you've addressed that? Like in person, like in a parking lot or something?
No, not that serious. So that's quarterback, but I don't think it's anything shocking there.
Not
at
shocking.
Least if you know me.
Running back, the guy that you give it to, would have been shocking in the beginning of the season.
Yeah, right. But I think clearly the best running back in the game last year was Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs is just, he's got it all. And Josh Jacobs is one of those guys, man, if you saw him in person, and my second team running back, Nick Chubb, same way here, you'd go, oh, that's what makes him a top. Josh Jacobs in person is I know his measurables don't look like it. He's a much bigger, thicker human being than you realize. I bet you he weighs significantly more than what he's listed at, and he's just naturally thick with those, thick neck and big square head, and same kind of with Nick Chubb that way. But to me, those are the 2 best in the game right now. They're just between the tackles, making people miss. Chubb's better at the 50 or 60-yard touchdown run. But, man, Josh Jacobs, the amount of awesome 15 and 12 and 10-yard runs, it's off the charts good.
A couple names you could have thrown in there, maybe Derrick Henry, second in the NFL in rushing yards this year.
Yeah.
Did seem to take a step back for whatever reason. I mean, that team wasn't as good either.
Quarterback got hurt, no A.J. Brown. There was nothing to worry about other than just stopping Derrick Henry. That's all teams worried about there for a little while, and I think that certainly helped them. But still, I mean, hey, Derrick Henry, I don't give a shit if he doesn't make another Pro Bowl, All-Pro team, whatever. Derrick Henry, for my money, is already an all-time great running back. And I think he's gosh, he's, to me, probably getting on the fringe of first ballot Hall of Famer type of guy, too, for his career.
And you go Nick Chubb over your guy Saquon Barkley.
Yeah, Saquon was certainly I thought about him. I do. But, man, Nick Chubb, to me, as we did our running back rankings before the year, he just got it all. He really does. There's no aspect of his game that I look at to go, ooh, I wish he was a little bit better there.
He's still pretty underrated, I feel like.
I would agree with that, too. Shares some carries, and their team doesn't get enough, national spotlight games because they haven't been good enough to be in playoffs and things like that. So would agree with you there.
They always got some other drama going on that's not Nick Chubb, which is good if you're Nick Chubb.
Yeah.
Not good if you want to stand out amongst all the other players out there in the NFL. All right, wide receiver, you had 3 choices here for first team wide receiver. This was tough because, as you said a couple years ago, there are 20 top 3 wide receivers, or top 10.
This might have been the toughest one altogether. And the talent there. Listen, for me, the top 3 receivers in football this year were Justin Jefferson, Tyreek Hill, and A.J. Brown. Nobody was more of a game changer for their football team. Again, I'd be the guy that would sit there and tell you the MVP of the Eagles was A.J. Brown. Nobody changed their team more than he did. And A.J. Brown, to me, this year solidified himself as one of the 2 or 3 best. I don't know what can you look at about A.J. Brown? Every time he catches the ball, it's a 60-yard bomb or a touchdown. I mean, what else? Is that not dangerous, or is that not awesome? I know some of the other guys on the right. I got Devontae Adams and Stephon Diggs and Jalen Waddle. I like all of them. But again, Devontae Adams, big plays, they don't come the same way A.J. Brown does, in my opinion. Neither was Stephon Diggs. A lot of first downs, a lot of 15, 20-yard plays. But those guys on the left, Justin Jefferson, Tyreek Hill, and A.J. Brown, those are like slant, touchdown, go route, touchdown, post route, touchdown, screen, touchdown. They're unbelievable weapons at this point of their career.
I like Jalen Waddle, too, second team. I think it was, what was it? It was in the Pro Bowl that Jamar Chase made it over Jalen Waddle.
Yeah, the name thing. Jamar Chase, again, in totality, is a top 5 receiver in football.
Yeah.
This year himself, did he have a better year? Yeah, he missed some games. Right, exactly right. Missed some games, played a number of games where he wasn't even 100% either. So I don't think you get to see the real guy for a good part of the year. Jalen Waddle, again, I know CeeDee Lamb made second team, right, where I don't have him. I just put more value in, and anybody who's listened to us knows this, in those type of guys. I put more value in the guy that, you can throw him a slant route and he can run by everybody for 70 yards. Okay, yeah, CeeDee Lamb, he's got a lot of great stuff. He's an awesome player. I have tremendous respect for him. A lot of awesome 12 and 15-yard catches, and he's tough and everything. But I'm one that, the explosive ability. You're talking about one guy had 75 catches, Jalen Waddle. CeeDee Lamb had 107, and Jalen Waddle had 3 less yards on the year. After, 32 less catches, right? He had 1 less touchdown. 6 yards more per reception. I'm just bigger into that. I am. His explosive ability is special, in my opinion.
And it's like a resurgence of the skinny receiver out there. We really are seeing a lot of the smaller guy.
Yeah.
Devontae Smith, Jalen Waddle, college teammates at Alabama, both skinnier guys. Chris Olave had a big year.
Right.
Smaller dude.
Sure. Garrett Wilson, skinny like that. Yeah. No doubt. I think I
hope they hold up.
It's going to be the big thing. I mean, Devontae Smith, you're sitting here today. He was in a walking boot, last week from all due accounts. Yeah, you hope they hold up too. Jalen Waddle did get beat up this year. We've seen Devontae Smith get beat up. I do think with the current rules of the way the NFL are, those guys can last more now than maybe they could in the 90s or 80s when the rules were a little different.
You have Travis Kelce, first team.
Shocker.
Going to be no argument there. But second team, George Kittle.
Yeah.
So obviously he's been in that conversation for a long time, second, first team. More yards this year, though. T.J. Hockenson had more yards than Kittle. It looks like Evan Ingram did, too, along with Mark Andrews.
Yeah.
Why Kittle over those guys?
Well, Kittle, to me, is a better run blocker than all those guys. Kittle's a pretty special run blocker. Kittle also... had a little bit of an unstable, I should say, quarterback situation, right?
Yeah.
So that led to, I think, some maybe underwhelming games in the early part of the year, middle part of the year. But then he exploded once Brock Purdy got comfortable. You saw what he was capable of. And to me, him and Kittle are they're the best in the game with the ball in their hand. I mean, him and Kelsey. And Kittle, like, has a, Kelsey might be better at, wiggling and getting away and getting an extra 10 yards. But Kittle is, like, got legit, a little bit more of an explosive ability to where you're like, oh, whoa, he's gone for 60 down the sideline, right? He might not be quite as good overall in the pass game as Kelsey, but damn, he's special. And it's less, it's hard to, 11 touchdowns. I mean, the plays he makes are game-changing, different type of plays, and that's where I give him the edge.
Yeah, I think from second half of the year on, midpoint of the year on, I think George Kittle by far stands out.
Right.
Pretty close to Travis Kelce in that regard, too.
It was, and pretty close. And, man, that tight end position we're seeing it's becoming freakier and freakier.
I think there are a lot of good tight ends in the draft coming up this year.
From what I've heard, I think you're right. And then, you talk about, the names you just mentioned. I mean, Evan Ingram's a superstar.
Right.
Dallas Goedert is damn good. Darren Waller, I mean, he was hurt all year. I mean, Darren Waller, you talk to anybody in football, he's probably the most talented tight end there is in the game. So it's a special position in the league right now.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.